Alright, people, strap in because Lewis Hamilton has once again sent shockwaves through the F1 world with his latest statement about his future at Ferrari. The seven-time world champion has finally addressed the possibility of retirement after joining the Italian giants, and the speculation is running wild. Fans and analysts are dissecting every word, trying to figure out if Hamilton's stint in red is a long-term legacy move or a short-term grab for glory before bowing out. Hamilton is gearing up for his first season in Ferrari colours, with a multi-year contract reportedly worth a staggering $57 million per year. This isn't just a late-career money grab. He's here to make history. For the most decorated driver in F1 history, this is about cementing his name in the Ferrari archives alongside legends like Schumacher and Lauda. His resume is already overflowing with 7 world titles, 103 pole positions, and 105 race victories. But after 3 brutal seasons with Mercedes where he managed just 1 pole and 2 wins, the hunger to win again is at an all-time high. His goal isn't just another title, it's the chance to do something never done before. Bringing Ferrari back to the top after a 16-year championship drought isn't just a challenge, it's an obsession. Winning a title with Ferrari is something Hamilton has never done before, and it means more than simply chasing the elusive 8th title. He knows what it means to wear that red suit. He knows that Ferrari is more than just a team. It's a global institution, a religion for the tifosi, and a place where legends are either made or broken. Ever since Hamilton's move to Ferrari was announced, rumors about his future have exploded. Some believe that if he wins that record-breaking 8th championship, he might retire on top, walking away as the undisputed greatest of all time. Others argue that if he's able to rebuild Ferrari into a dominant force, he might stick around even longer to shape the team in his image. The retirement talk isn't baseless either. Hamilton has openly considered stepping away from F1 in the past, especially after the gut-wrenching 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, when a highly controversial race director decision snatched the title from his grasp and handed it to Max Verstappen. The injustice of that moment nearly drove him to quit the sport altogether. Yet, despite all the speculation, Hamilton has made it crystal clear he's not here for a farewell tour. He's here to fight. In a recent interview, he flat-out dismissed the idea of retirement anytime soon. His move to Ferrari isn't just about redemption for 2021. It's about rewriting history. He wants to build something lasting, to contribute to Ferrari's legacy, and to leave the sport on his own terms, not because of some FIA blunder. While the world fixates on Hamilton's move, Ferrari has been secretly cooking up a machine that might finally give them a shot at the title. The SF25 has been completely overhauled, with reports suggesting it's up to 0.4 seconds per lap faster than last year's car. That may not sound like much to casual fans, but in F1, 0.4 seconds is the difference between a solid midfield car and a championship contender. Ferrari has taken a bold approach, adopting the pull-rod front suspension that Red Bull and McLaren have used to great success. This move is meant to enhance aerodynamic efficiency, improve cornering stability, and, most importantly, fix Ferrari's Achilles heel from last season, tyre management. A fast car is great, but execution is everything. Ferrari has long been plagued by strategic blunders, reliability nightmares, and the occasional self-inflicted implosion. They can't afford that in 2025. Hamilton knows better than anyone that races aren't just won with raw speed. They're won with smart calls, adaptability, and outplaying rivals on and off the track. One of the biggest storylines to emerge from Hamilton's Ferrari move is the inevitable revival of his rivalry with Max Verstappen. The last time these two went toe-to-toe for a title, the sport nearly imploded. Now, with Hamilton in Ferrari red and Verstappen still leading Red Bull, the stakes are even higher. In 2021, Hamilton had the full support of Mercedes, a team that had mastered the hybrid era. Now, he's walking into a very different environment. Ferrari is not Mercedes. It's a team that operates on emotion as much as strategy. It's a team that has a history of internal chaos, questionable decision-making, and a tendency to panic when things go south. Can Hamilton take control and turn Ferrari into a winning machine? Or will he become another victim of the Scuderia's infamous dysfunction? That question might be even bigger than his battle with Verstappen. And then there's the wild card in all of this, Charles Leclerc. Everyone's talking about Hamilton versus Verstappen, but the real war might be happening inside Ferrari's own garage. Leclerc has been Ferrari's golden child since 2019. He's young, incredibly talented, fluent in Italian, and has spent years embedding himself deep within the Ferrari system. He was supposed to be the guy to bring Ferrari back to glory. But now, Hamilton has arrived, and let's be honest, he didn't come to Ferrari to play second fiddle. Leclerc has played nice in the media so far, but the reality is simple. Someone is going to emerge as Ferrari's #1 driver, and Ferrari has never been a team that thrives on equality. If Leclerc dominates early, Ferrari might naturally lean toward backing him as their title contender. But if Hamilton outshines him, the team might have no choice but to throw their weight behind the 7-time champ. Either way, this is a political minefield waiting to explode. Ferrari didn't bring Hamilton in just for the headlines. This is part of a grander vision to finally end their championship drought. Beyond the track, Hamilton is a marketing dream. His presence alone will bring in enormous sponsorship deals, increase Ferrari's global reach, and boost their already massive fanbase. But make no mistake, this isn't just about money. Ferrari wants championships, and they want them now. The question is whether Hamilton and Ferrari can overcome the same hurdles that have tripped up so many before them. Can Ferrari finally deliver a car that remains competitive throughout an entire season? Can they avoid the mid-season collapse that has haunted them for years? Can Hamilton adjust to Ferrari's chaotic environment and make it work in his favor? If 2025 is a true title fight, Hamilton can't afford to be slow out of the gates. If he struggles in the first few races and Leclerc pulls ahead, Ferrari may be forced to put all their eggs in the Leclerc basket. In F1, there's no room for sentimentality. Ferrari will back whoever gives them the best shot at the title, and Hamilton knows that better than anyone. The first few races will be crucial. He needs to be at Leclerc's level, if not ahead, from the start. The upcoming season isn't just about whether Ferrari can finally compete with Red Bull. It's about whether they can manage the firestorm they've willingly created within their own garage. They have two alpha drivers, both with massive expectations, both unwilling to place second best. It's a beautiful disaster waiting to happen. Ferrari's gamble with Lewis Hamilton isn't just another high-profile signing. It's the kind of move that could either cement them back as the kings of Formula One or turn into one of the most spectacular implosions in modern racing history. The weight of expectation is enormous, not just from the Tifosi, but from the entire sport. This isn't some under-the-radar signing. This is Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time world champion, stepping into the blood-red armor of a team that hasn't tasted ultimate victory since 2008. The world is watching, every move will be scrutinized, and every race will feel like a make-or-break moment. While Ferrari has undoubtedly built a competitive car in the SF25, the real battle isn't just against Red Bull, McLaren, or Mercedes. It's happening within their own garage. Hamilton and Leclerc might be playing nice for the cameras now, but anyone who has followed F1 long enough knows exactly how this story tends to unfold. It's only a matter of time before the pleasantries turn into cold stares, the radio messages start getting cryptic, and the internal power struggle comes into full view. Ferrari has a long history of backing one driver over another when the chips are down. Schumacher had Barrichello under team orders. Alonso had Massa as his de facto wingman. Vettel was prioritized over Raikkonen. Ferrari doesn't do long-term, peaceful coexistence between two top-tier drivers. If 2025 turns into a full-blown title fight, the question isn't if they will favor one driver over the other, but when they will make the call. And more importantly, who they will choose. Leclerc has the advantage of being the homegrown Ferrari talent, fluent in Italian, and deeply embedded within the team's culture. But Hamilton is, well, Hamilton. He's got more experience, more championships, and a level of racecraft that has been honed over nearly 2 decades in F1. If Ferrari finds itself in a situation where they have to bet on one driver, do they back the young lion or the old warhorse? One thing is certain, the early races will be crucial. If Leclerc starts strong, Ferrari might naturally lean toward him as their championship bet. If Hamilton finds his groove quickly and starts outpacing him, the team will have a much harder decision to make. And if they're evenly matched, oh boy, that's where things get really interesting. Imagine the chaos if both drivers are still in the fight by mid-season. Imagine the strategy battles, the on-track tensions, the radio messages dripping with passive aggressiveness. Will Ferrari have the nerve to let them race, or will they make the dreaded team orders call? Will Hamilton play politics within the team to gain an edge, Or will Leclerc dig his heels in and demand equal treatment? Meanwhile, Red Bull and McLaren aren't going to sit back and watch Ferrari settle their internal drama. Verstappen is still the man to beat, and Red Bull isn't known for giving up their dominance without a fight. McLaren, on the other hand, has quietly transformed into a legitimate powerhouse. Their driver lineup of Norris and Piastri is young, hungry, and ultra-talented, and they've been closing the performance gap at an alarming rate. If Ferrari gets too caught up in their own civil war, they might find themselves watching the title slip away from both of their drivers while Red Bull or McLaren sweeps in and takes it. This season is shaping up to be a perfect storm of drama. Ferrari has built a car that might finally be worthy of a championship run. They have two drivers who refuse to be number two. The sport's biggest star has joined its most legendary team in what could either be the greatest comeback story in F1 history or the most agonizing disappointment. And let's not forget the wildcard factor, Mercedes. They've been battered and bruised the last couple of seasons, but a team like that doesn't stay down forever. Toto Wolff has made it clear that they're not here to make up the numbers. If they show up in Bahrain with a car that's actually competitive, the Hamilton-Ferrari love affair might hit a whole new level of awkwardness if Mercedes suddenly becomes a title contender without him. And what about the FIA? Ferrari has never been a stranger to, let's say, questionable political maneuvering in the sport. Will we see strategic penalties, controversial steward calls, or sudden mid-season rule clarifications that mysteriously work in favor of one team over another? With Ferrari back at the front, expect conspiracy theories to fly left, right, and center. At the end of the day, Hamilton's Ferrari journey isn't just about chasing an 8th title. It's about proving something, proving that he can adapt, proving that he can rebuild a team around him, proving that he can win outside of Mercedes. If he pulls this off, it might just go down as his greatest achievement yet. But if it all goes wrong, if Ferrari collapses under the weight of expectation, if the infighting gets ugly, if Red Bull and McLaren leave them in the dust, then this might become one of the most controversial, high-profile career missteps in F1 history. Hamilton has always thrived under pressure, but Ferrari-level pressure, that's a whole different beast. Every decision he makes will be dissected. Every race will add to the narrative. He either walks away as the greatest driver Ferrari has had since Schumacher or as yet another champion who couldn't tame the chaos of Maranello. The road to the 2025 season is already heating up, and the tension is only going to get higher from here. Who will come out on top in the Ferrari battle? Will Hamilton silence his critics and lead the Scuderia to their first championship in nearly 2 decades? Or will Leclerc defend his turf and prove that Ferrari doesn't need a savior from the outside? One thing is certain, this isn't just another F1 season. This is a defining moment in the sport's history. The stakes couldn't be higher, the rivalries couldn't be juicier, and the drama is about to reach levels we haven't seen in years. So buckle up, grab your popcorn, and get ready for the chaos. 2025 is about to be an all-out war,